Start your own passive online income. Your online success starts now. Welcome to the Online Success Podcast with Michael Brown and Justin Lewis.
Welcome to another edition of the Online Success Podcast. I'm Michael Brown here, and I have Justin Lewis with me, and we are covering something really awesome today. We are going to cover video traffic and some other goodies and why using video matters, because video is super critical now. We're in 2013 right now, and video is getting even more powerful. And if you're not using it, you're just simply missing out. So today, Justin and I will be going over why it matters, and we'll be covering some other video traffic and other video goodies we're going to be talking about. And at the end of this, we have something really, really cool for the audience. So we have a special surprise at the end. So Justin, how's it going, man?
I'm good, man. I'm super stoked about this one because we've got some great information to share on video today. So
awesome. And if you guys hear me cough quite a little bit, I'm going to try to not kill you in the mic today. But as always, at the start of spring, I am nursing just an amazing head cold. So it's like 4 or 5 times a year I got to get this, and it always seems that I'm recording on that day. So
it's okay. I'll try to take over a lot of it.
So yeah, you get to hear Justin a lot today, which is good anyway, because he'll be sharing a lot of great stuff. So
yeah, I've got a lot of experience with video. So
yeah, I'd say you probably do. I do quite a bit of video, but you do more. You've done more of the YouTube video stuff that we're going to be covering, even though I've done thousands of videos now. I think you deal with more of the social video, which I'm getting into a lot recently, but you're going to bring some great expertise to this today. So let's go ahead and dig into this. Go ahead and start, Justin, and just talk about video being media and what it is, what the deal with video is. Okay,
so video is a form of media, and I mean, really think of it as like what you see on TV. TV is video, it's the exact same thing. But on the internet, it's a little bit different because you can upload these videos to things like YouTube, and you can get out to an extremely, extremely large audience very easily and without spending money. So you don't have to, actually own your own TV station or something like that. You don't have to own some huge company to create videos and put them on YouTube. And you can use these videos to drive traffic to your website, which is awesome. You can use these videos to convert sales because it gives people more trust. They see that you're actually on video. Maybe they hear your voice, or just having the video there and having a visual representation of what it is you're talking about. It instills a lot of trust in people, and that's what helps convert sales. It also keeps people on your website, and that's important because, one, you want people to stay on your website as long as possible until they turn into some type of sale. Maybe they leave a comment on your website, or they just take some sort of action. And by doing that, you're also helping the search engines because when someone stays on your website, let's say they come from the search engines and they come to your website and you have a video up there, they end up staying for a longer period of time in most cases, in my studies and everything. And what happens is Google realizes this. They say, oh, well, that person stayed on that website for a while. Maybe they didn't go back to the search engines. So it definitely helps with search engine rankings.
Hey, Justin, real quick, just to chime in on that. I have a site that I've been monitoring for the last year on having video and not having video.
Yeah.
And one of the results that I've been noticing is before I started adding a lot of video to the site, I might have had a couple videos going on here or there, but now I try to add video to it as much as possible, and my retention rate for the audience staying on the site went from like 45 seconds on the average to almost 4 minutes on the average now. So
that's awesome.
Which is, as you know, 4 minutes on a site is decent. That's pretty good.
That makes a lot of sense too, because the average person, when they're watching a video, usually stay for about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At least what I've seen is about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and that's out of hundreds of thousands of views that I've seen across other people's YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense why that retention rate would go up. Another great thing, just adding these videos to your website, or just adding them to YouTube, it helps your audience a bit more. So people that are more visual, for example, I'm very visual, and although I do like to read, I also like to have a video in front of me so I can see what's going on. And it just helps me. I don't know what it is, I just like it. And a lot of people really like videos. And it helps educate them a bit more, and it also can help, entertain them. And you can put more emphasis into something that you're saying. So I can say, video is really important. I can say it that way, but in text, you can't really express emphasis as well as you can in video. And one of the biggest things is it's just a huge way to offer a lot of value to your audience, and it reaches out to a lot more people than old methods with other types of traffic building techniques.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. It just seems more valuable, whether or not to someone it actually is. That's dependent on the person, but most people, I think, they feel like video is more valuable than just reading, because obviously video hasn't been around as long as reading and just reading text. So
well that's why a lot of people, I think, watch TV too. It's just because it just offers so much value to them. I mean, it's entertaining them usually. Maybe they're getting educated a little bit. But I definitely, I see video offering a huge amount of value to people because they've been dealing with it in their living rooms for years. And then to have it on the internet, on a place that's also very visual, I think it's a really good thing to have, because it's not just like looking at a book. Instead, you can look at a book that's actually flipping the pages for you, in a sense.
Right, yep. So let's talk about now, let's go into what types of video, or what type of videos are out there, what type of videos we can create to do these things.
Okay, so I'm going to jump right into this one. The biggest thing you have to know is, rather than just the type, you have to know about the experience. You do not have to have extremely high experience in video. You don't have to have high experience on the internet or even with electronics. You really just need to know how to record a video. So if you don't know how, maybe you can ask someone around you. Maybe if you're an older person and you don't understand that, just ask them how this can be done. And with a lot of technology today, you can do it with your webcam, your smartphone, a digital camera. You can even use things like Screener. And you can go to like Screener.com, and you can just click record and literally record your screen right then and there. And it's really, really easy to do. And what you can do when you record these videos is you can record different types of videos. So for example, training videos. We do this a lot inside of like nicheoptimizer.com. Michael and I do training videos that explain how to build a website, how to get traffic to that website, and how to make money with that website. We also talk about a ton of other things like WordPress and social networks. So you can do training videos, you can do reviews. So an example of a review would be something like, this is just a very simple example. You could do something related to Screener. So you could actually use the Screener.com website to review Screener itself. and send people to that. Or you can actually do it for a product, so something that actually sells. And it's a great way to convert the sale much higher, because people get that trust from the video versus just seeing the text. You can also do screencasts. So screencasts would be, again, something using a tool like Screener, and that's where you're recording your screen. And you can record like the mouse movements that you do on the screen. And those work really well. On camera, if you're actually watching the podcast on YouTube, you might be able to see me down here, and that's using my webcam. But you don't have to use a webcam. If you have a smartphone, a digital camera, a camcorder, any type of device that can record you personally, you can record on camera. And then lastly, probably one of the I'd say it really depends on your niche, but you could also do entertaining videos. So sometimes you don't want to do entertaining videos for every niche. For example, like law. they might work. I don't know if they would. Maybe not.
Yeah, it'd be worth testing, though. Huh?
Yeah, it definitely would. I know a lot of people do it in politics. Even though politics is very, very serious, there are a lot of people out there that record very entertaining videos in politics, in pretty much every niche.
Yeah, Justin, too, on entertaining, I mean, that's a lot of videos that we put out there, we do try to incorporate, not just the same boring, stale routine, that you would typically see on a training video. And it's good to interject some of that into the video. Like you said, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But it is good to add a little bit of personality when you can, to it. So if you can, that's great. And don't be afraid at first when you guys are getting into doing video, because it's probably something that you don't have a lot of experience at, or most people who come in and start doing this don't have a lot of experience about doing it. Because I know when I shot my first training videos, it was the first time that I've really recorded my voice on, just teaching. And, my first videos weren't amazing. And it was quite a while ago now, but they did what they needed to do. They served their purpose. And you'll get better at doing this stuff. So more practice and more time into it. Whatever you're recording, whether you're on camera or you're off camera and you're doing just screencast, your talent level will go up, your ability will go up, because you're going to keep practicing at it and getting better every single time you do one.
Exactly, and I mean, if you think about it, I mean that's pretty much how life works too. Everything's about experience. You have to start somewhere. If you're going to start making money online, or you're going to start creating a website, whatever it is, you have to start with the basics. And to start with video, you got to record a video and you got to put it on the internet.
Even if it's terrible, it's still something you're getting out there, and go on the feedback. If people think it's terrible, change it, fix it. You know, don't be afraid that someone's going to rip you down, because you know what? Chances are that person that's going to tear you down for doing it isn't doing it, isn't trying it, and they're not.
Exactly.
Their opinion doesn't really matter. Let it, just ignore it and do your thing and just get it out there and get going with it. You'll get better.
And in my experience, even with all the videos I've done, and I've done hundreds, I don't know if I've done thousands yet, but it's pretty high up there because I have a lot of different YouTube channels and things that I do on video, especially in training. But I've never really had many people, if any at all, say anything bad about it. Usually, if it's bad, they're just criticizing. Which is okay. It's good to have criticism. And they give me tips, and they say, I didn't think this video was good, but here's some advice on how to make it better. And people will talk like that too, especially if you talk in a good way. If you're talking and you're bashing people and stuff like that inside your videos, that's how people are going to react. They're gonna kind of talk the same way inside the comments. But if you're talking in a positive manner, that's how your community and the atmosphere will grow around you as well.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned, criticism, and especially constructive criticism, because one of my earlier videos, I did a video of me illustrating something on a whiteboard, and it was funny because when I shot the video, I'm thinking, okay, I don't know how it's going to turn out, if it's going to be great or not. And then I showed it to someone, and they say, it's really good, except every time you move, you stand right in front of your text. And that's annoying. So I go, you're right. So I shot it again with me not standing in front of the text, and the person really loved it. So, sometimes you're going to get good feedback like that that's going to help you.
Yeah, and I bet you there were a lot of other people that just... they didn't have the cojones to say it.
Right.
They didn't want to go out there and actually tell you that you were doing something that was annoying. So when you do get those people that say something that's annoying, I wouldn't say take all of it as criticism and try to correct it.
Right.
But much of it is going to be people really trying to give you some good advice that other people just aren't willing to type out.
Yeah, and if there are things too, if people start if they come to your YouTube channel or your page and they're putting in like really dumb stuff that has no relevance to your video at all, you can delete them too. It's not a big deal.
Yep.
Because you're always going to have the haters, and every market, and some markets get it more, and some get it less. But you just have to let a lot of that roll off, and just remember it's someone sitting behind a keyboard that has nothing better to do with their free time than be a jerk. So
yeah,
just let them go, let them do it. So video can drive traffic for you. Okay, so you can use video on your own website, or you're going to put it on a place like YouTube or any of the other video networks, Vimeo, any of them, and that is going to help drive traffic. So Justin, go over why this will help drive traffic and what people can do with this traffic.
Okay, sure. Well, first off, if you do upload it to YouTube or Vimeo or any of these other websites that are, big video websites, if you upload it to them, you can also grab an embed code and then put that on your website. So that's important to know. You can always take those videos from these other sites that you upload them to and put them on your own website. But a big thing is that a lot of people search for videos. They don't always just go to Google specifically to search for text. They might go into Google or YouTube or something like that specifically to see some type of video walkthrough, maybe a entertaining video or whatever it may be. And then they'll watch that video to either learn or be entertained. And then by watching the video, as long as you include your link in the description, and the description is below the video, as long as you include that link in there, or at least you mention your website, they'll visit your website for either more videos or more information on what you're talking about.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier using this for reviews and such like that, and that's a good way if you're reviewing something to get people to come to your site to learn more about the product you're reviewing. It gives them that incentive to go read more about it or learn more about it, and they can click your link and they'll come over to your site from it.
Yep, and then there you can include like your affiliate links and stuff like that, which we're going to get into in just a little bit as well.
Sure, yeah. So basically, what we're talking about here is once they start coming to your site, okay, they can convert, or if they're going through your affiliate links, they can convert into sales. And that's the ultimate goal. I think that it's not the only goal that you want, because getting that social interaction is great too, and getting people to your site, using your site, maybe coming back to your site. Those are all things that you want from people as well. But I think the ultimate goal, the final goal, is to convert people who are watching your videos into sales. And one of the things that works really well for this, obviously, or I just mentioned that, were review sites and teaching style videos, but they can just be informative videos as well. But review sites and teaching videos work really well because you're talking about something very specific in the video that they can do, and in an action they can take, in a specific action they can take. So again, if you're what you want to do is make sure you include a detailed description within your YouTube video to allow your video to rank higher in the search results as well. And Justin, we were just looking at a video you created, yesterday?
Yeah, it was last night at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So I was up pretty late last night, and it was pretty cool. I created a few videos, and for anyone out there, there's another tool that I'm going to mention right now, and that was something using Animoto.com. So it's like Animoto, ANIMOTO. I'll include that on the resource page at nicheoptimizer.com/OSP10, so you can actually check it out and everything. But all I did really is I created this very, very simple video, which it expressed what the business was and stuff like that. and just used a couple of keywords inside the video, and it was pretty crazy. It ranked inside of Google for the main keyword in less than 4 minutes. And
yeah, YouTube's amazing.
That just blows me away, because and it ranked on the front page. That's not even a joke. It ranked number 1 within 4 minutes. No joke, no lie, being totally serious. I was dumbfounded, because I've done it before, but not in 4 minutes. Usually, maybe an hour or something like that. And it wasn't just one video. It was actually 3 videos. All 3 videos ranked on the front page of Google for the primary keywords in less than 10 minutes each. And I was just like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Sorry, go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, and I was just going to say those videos were uploaded to YouTube, and that's a big reason why they rank so quickly, and that's because YouTube and Google, Google owns YouTube.
Right. And with that example Justin just gave you about getting the video created at 2 o'clock in the morning and then it's ranking in 2 minutes, that detailed description helps. Definitely the title of the video is the big catalyst to help there. But that's why it's important to do your keyword research before you put a video up on the YouTube. Know what keywords you want to go after. And I mean, if you're putting in something that's super competitive, okay, it's not going to rank in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you use a long-tailed keyword phrase, there's a good chance you're going to get on the first page right after you make it, a few minutes after you make it. Now, if you're not, that's okay. You can build backlinks to your videos as normal to get them pumped up in the search engines. And ultimately, they're going to be found on YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
So use it. Use that.
And another thing I just want to say is to use Google Trends. Go to google.com/trends and type something that's related to what your video is about, and use those keywords that are currently being listed as rising, and use those inside of your description if you can, or inside of the tags in your video.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, and a big reason for that is because when you upload a video to YouTube, usually that's because it's a trending topic, and that's what YouTube kind of looks at. Because usually a new video is new content, and it's usually trending content. So they end up ranking it a bit higher pretty early on, and then it might die off a little bit, but it's still going to rank pretty high just because it is related to those keywords. So videos are amazing for ranking in the search engines, but also they're really, really good for getting a link back to your website. And you can include these links, again, in the description. And if you do include these links, let's say you're doing a review. I'll give you a quick example. Let's say I'm doing a review for, I've got the iPhone with me right now. So I have a video where I'm saying, hey, I've got an iPhone. I actually really like it. To be honest, I don't. But but let's just say I did. And I would say, hey, I really like the iPhone. Go ahead and check out my full review on this by clicking the link in the description below this video. And then what you can do is include a call to action. And Dawn Reckley talks a lot about call to actions lately, and she's doing really good with traffic. I'm loving it. And a call to action is really just something simple that leads them into your website. So something like read my full review and then a link to your website. Something simple like that. Or find out more and then a link to your website.
Or even a curiosity call to action, like go below the video to see my top 10 list.
Exactly.
Things like that, stuff that people are going to be like, well, I like the review. I want to see what this person's top 10 list is.
Yep.
Or, whatever. It could be any topic. But things like that will help. And if you don't put that call to action in there, you don't give them... What was that?
That was my phone.
Oh, I'm like, man, what is that?
I did the no for podcast.
It was your turn this week.
Yeah, having my phone on.
Well, mine was a few weeks ago. I remember.
Right?
Mine started buzzing, and I'm like, yeah, I broke the rules.
It was like. Zzz.
Okay, so now that Justin ruined the podcast, no.
We're gonna go ahead and re-record. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're in this, man.
Yeah.
No, but so just I forget where I was at with the point I was going to make, but make sure you're using the call to action in there.
Yeah, and I can throw out another tip. Just a lot of people think that they always have to record positive reviews for products, but what you could also do with these YouTube videos, let's say, for example, I actually had a really bad problem with my iPhone, just as an example. So what I could do is an actual review where I'm just, expressing, hey, I didn't really enjoy it that much and everything. It was okay, but not the best. Here's the problem that I had. But if you'd like, here's the phone that I'm actually getting next week, something like that. And then say you can check it out in the description below or go to my website at yoursite.com. And then you can link to another product that you prefer over the other product that you're promoting, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely something that you can do. Good reviewers do that a lot too, to get their sales increased on a different product. So
yeah, and it's helping the viewer. That's how I view. As long as you're being honest, do not go out there and lie, especially on YouTube. If you're lying on video, that is you.
Yep.
That's your voice. That's your person. Whatever it may be, even on the internet, doesn't matter. Just try not to lie. Be as honest as you can. I really did have a problem with my phone, so I'm going to express that, and I might tell people instead of going with Apple, head over to Android or something like that. I wouldn't say Android, but I'm just saying, maybe get another iPhone, maybe an upgraded version of it.
Yeah, and because I know this question will come up where someone will ask us what to do if you're reviewing products, but you don't actually own the product. Well, like we always say, if it's possible to own the product, own the product before you review it. But if you don't, you have to pay attention to what other people are saying about a product.
Yeah.
And look at other sites, look around, and just be as realistic as possible. Again, don't lie. If there's a terrible product and you're giving it good reviews, that's on you. That's not a positive thing to do. So
it's just like how a recent company came to me and they asked me to post a good review, and it's actually someone I know. They asked me to post a good review for their product on the internet, using my name and all that stuff and everything. I was like, well, I've never used your service. I've never used your landscaping service or whatever it was. I'm not going to throw them out there, but I've never used that. So why am I going to review it? That's lying to people, and I don't. That's not what you should do. So I didn't review their product, and I'm proud of myself for doing that, because ultimately I'm helping people. And what I ended up finding out today is actually there's some really bad reviews about their stuff. So imagine if I did review their product and I said, this product's awesome, it's great, blah, blah, and all that, or this service is awesome. That I would lose credibility.
Right, yeah. And it would just look bad. So just be cautious with what you're reviewing, especially if you can't physically hold the product or use it yourself. Just be honest. And if you see a lot of negative reviews, probably steer clear of that.
Mm-hmm. And if you just tell people, hey, I have a friend that has this, or you can say, hey, I've done a lot of research on this, and I found out a lot of really great information about it. That's okay too, as long as you're being honest and not lying to people. I wouldn't suggest lying.
Yeah.
Biggest thing.
Oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to cough into the mic there. I try to avoid it. So go over. Let's talk about keeping people at your site and why it's incredibly important. I know we've already kind of touched on it, but let's go into a little more detail here.
Okay, so for one, it's really important to have people staying on your website as long as you can, until you actually convert that sale or convert that action, whatever it may be. And by keeping them on your website, you can get them to click around the website so they can check out more of your posts. They'll end up, kind of, if someone stays on your website for, let's say, 4 minutes, that gives them a lot of time to check out other things that maybe are in your sidebar or at the bottom of your post. gives them time to actually interact with your website. So maybe it could get them to leave a comment, or maybe they could even say, well, this is really cool. I really like the video I just watched. So now I'm going to go ahead and like their Facebook page, or now I'm going to subscribe to their YouTube channel, which is the ultimate goal there. If you're in video, is you want them to subscribe to your YouTube channel or subscribe to your newsletter, whatever it may be. And also, by keeping them on your website, it also helps them see more advertisements or more products that you're promoting. And that'll end up helping you increase your conversions as well, because the longer somebody sees something, the more interested they're going to be. You know, they're gonna have that. Their mind's just gonna say, well, you know, the first second they see it, they're gonna be like, whatever, screw that. And then maybe a few seconds later, a few minutes later, after watching the video, they're suddenly like, that sounds pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, and again, you can take your, like Justin mentioned a little while ago, you can upload your videos to YouTube and then embed them in your blog post at your website. So you're, number one, you're not using any bandwidth doing that. It's Google streaming it, and on top of that, it will, as Justin mentioned, it will hold their attention while they're there, so while they're seeing the video. So you can just embed it right into your post. And what we suggest that you do is check your analytics for yourself. See how long people are staying at your site, and see if you notice a difference.
And make sure you include content around that video as well. So that's going to be super important. I can hear you coughing, Michael.
I try to make it as quiet as possible. I don't have a mute button on this mic.
It's all good.
It's like the biggest. It's just the biggest mic, and there's no mute button anywhere.
We always have at least one or two fails during our podcast, which is
totally you get fun. My coughs, and I blame it on the weather. That's right. What I'm blaming it. I gotta blame it on something other than myself getting sick.
That dang weather.
I hate the weather. No, it's all good. Okay, so what we put together from this podcast, we've got 7 helpful tips for video for you, and since I don't think I can probably make it through reading them off, I'm just going to let Justin go through here.
Yeah, I was about to ask if I could take this over. All right, so we've got 7 helpful tips for you. Pretty much some really good information that you'll need to know if you're going to record videos, if you're going to put these videos on your website, if you're going to put them on the internet, whatever it may be. These are just some really important things to think about. So number 1 is that shorter videos are better for attention spans. People have a super short attention span. When I've done a lot of studies on the statistics behind how long somebody actually watches a video. And as I said earlier, out of hundreds of thousands of views, I've seen that most people stay for about 3 minutes. So by having a video that's 2 to 4 minutes long, you can keep their attention a bit more and lead into the point of what your video is. And I would really say try to get to your point within the 2-minute mark, the 1-minute mark, really somewhere around there, and then talk a bit more about it and lead them into whatever it is that you're talking about. And also, since most people stay for about 3 minutes, if your video is 4 minutes long, that also kind of encourages them, because they're like, well, I've already watched 3/4 of this video. Let's go ahead and just finish it off. And it's really, really helpful for you.
Hey, Justin, too, most people will, not most, but a lot of people will see that the video is only a couple minutes long.
Yes.
And it will encourage them as well, because they'll go, hey, it's only going to take 2 to 3 minutes, or 4 minutes if you have a 4-minute video. But they'll see that it doesn't take very long. And, we all have attention problems anymore with 4 billion things going on and at the speed of light around us. So, we'll see a video. We'll go, it's not very long. Let's just, I'll watch it, But if they see this 35 minutes long, there's a different story there, unless you need it. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut into you there.
No, that's good. And saying that a video that's 35 minutes long is bad, I mean, and I know you're not, but it really depends on your niche. So sometimes short videos are going to do really, really good for you. But sometimes longer videos and more detailed videos are going to be even better. So, for example, with training and stuff like that, A short video could get across the point and give somebody a really, really helpful tip really quickly. But a longer, detailed video could help that person out there that maybe wants a lot of information about what it is you're talking about.
Yeah, and another useful tip for longer videos is give them a benefit in the first couple minutes.
Yeah.
Like whatever you're talking about. Okay, so let's say your video is going to be, it's going to be 45 minutes long or somewhere around there. Make sure to hit on one of the benefits that them watching that video is going to have. So, for instance, if you were teaching someone about something, try to point out the benefit right in the beginning.
Yeah,
so that way they have a reason to stick around.
And Michael, we actually talked a little bit about that right at the beginning. We actually, if you're listening to the podcast or you're watching the video, whatever it may be, you may have heard right in the very beginning, Michael said that we have a very special surprise near the end of the podcast. So that's really, really important to have, because then it encourages people to stay, and it gives them a reason to stay other than just learning or other than just being entertained.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's not even the main reason for this. I mean, that's just an extra added sweet benefit. But
absolutely,
yeah, it's something though. It's good to do with your long videos, and we practice all the stuff we preach on here. So it's definitely a good thing to do. Okay, sorry. Again, go back where you left off, Justin.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
I love it. I like being, jumping in. Especially on days where I can't talk very long, because then I get to at least still speak, and it's awesome.
Yeah, right. Well, you don't have to say sorry anyways.
Yeah. That's right, I don't, but...
Right. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get on to number 3. And number 3 is actually directly associated with number 4. And number 3 is to reference your links below the video. So in your description. So if you're uploading this to YouTube, Vimeo, or any website out there other than your own, include links to your website. Okay? And then number 4 is, and also remember to include this call to actions. But number 4 is, don't use too many links inside of your video description. A problem that, now I'm partnered with a lot of really big YouTubers, and a problem that I sometimes see is that they end up adding like 30 links in their description. And I very rarely ever look at their description just because of that. Because there's just so many links down there, I get overwhelmed and I'm like, okay, I'm just done with this. But if they used about 2 to 3 links in their description, maybe one link to more details on something, another link to maybe their home page of their website, and another link to subscribe, that could get people to take more action and convert into whatever action you want them to do. And then number 5, upload anything you want to be free directly to YouTube. So if it's going to be free on the internet, I suggest uploading it to YouTube. There are other programs out there that you could upload it to, like Wistia. But if you want to get a lot of traffic and you want to get a lot of attention, I say upload it to YouTube and make it public. Now, I will add one other tip into that, though. If you do upload it to YouTube, and maybe you just want that video only to appear on your website and not in YouTube, what you can do is you can mark the video as unlisted and then use it on your website. And what will happen is that will sometimes, this depends if you already have traffic to your website. What will happen is people will then come to your website, see the videos, and they'll see that you have exclusive content on your website. So those videos become exclusive because they're not actually on YouTube in public. And it encourages people to stay on your website. So just a little tip there. I wouldn't say do that all the time. I would say mainly keep them public if you can. And then number 6, and Michael wrote this one out, keep video backups on your computer. So that's important. But I like the second part of this. In case YouTube kills your account. So they're going to go ahead and slaughter your account, is what he said.
They kill it.
Yeah, and it's unlikely for that to happen. I don't know many people that have had their accounts on YouTube, get banned or anything like that. But it can happen. And by leaving anything in someone else's hands, you always want to have a backup plan. And by keeping those video files on your computer, you have that backup plan ready.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it happening a whole lot either. Usually what they'll do is if they think a video is spammy in any way, they delete the video, which is, that's fine. But they typically don't kill someone's whole account unless they think you're using it for anything that's violating their terms of service, basically. I'm not going to get into all their terms, but it could be spam, it could be, hate video. And if you're doing hate videos, you're probably not listening to us anyway, but...
Yeah.
So, but, different things like that. So they will kill the account on certain accounts like that. But typically, if they don't like, a certain video, or if you're copyright infringing on a certain video, they'll delete the video. And if you keep getting multiple instances of this, they might kill your account. Yeah, and
they usually give you warnings on things like this too. One of the big things as well is if you're listening to what we have to say, take action on what we have to say. Don't create spammy videos. Don't go out there and lie and try to cheat and steal all you can. I mean, for one, it's wrong, but also it's just going to hurt you when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it'll catch up. It'll catch up.
It'll catch up quick. I know a lot of people out there that are doing that stuff, and it catches up really, really quick. And God, I've seen people entirely screwed because they just want to lie and cheat the entire time and think that's the only way to go. But if you're legit and you're honest and you actually, like, for example, you teach something that's going to help people, or you do a real review that you either have experience on or you've done research into, express that, that's going to instill more trust, and it's going to keep your account active. Instead of getting banned because you're posting spam videos, or, like Michael said, like hate videos, or copyrighted information, or one of the biggest ones is porn.
Do people upload porn to YouTube?
Oh, dude, yeah, a lot.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a really dumb thing to do.
I've accidentally fallen onto videos like that before because, like, one of my friends back in the past would like the video, and then suddenly it's just on my YouTube, like my page.
Oh,
when
nice.
I go up there, and I'm just like, oh my God, right in my face. So it happens, and those people that go into those instances of screwing people over or uploading bad content that's not approved, they will get banned. So make sure you're listening to what we have to say. And the biggest thing I would say is just be yourself and be as unique as you can whenever possible. So, just be who you are. Don't lie and try to, pretend you're somebody else and everything. You can create a pen name if you want, but just be yourself, be your own person, and people will like that.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Justin.
No, go ahead, man.
I was going to say, too, if you're using a pen name or basically creating a new character, because if you're doing stuff on YouTube and you're doing stuff in character, that kind of stuff can be really cool, too. So, when we're saying be you and be unique, it's fine to create a pen name or an alter ego that you go on YouTube with, because that can be funny, too, or entertaining, or even if you go past funny and entertaining, you just might be playing a character for what you're doing, and that's fine too. Or even if you're personally not on the video, maybe you're using a different speaking voice just to do it to be unique on your video, and that's fine too. And that's part of being unique. So you can't really change who you are. You just be you. And if you're trying to be someone else while you're doing it, it might show through, or it might just seem boring. Same routine done before.
Yeah, and I was actually going to touch on that point too. Is if don't think that you have to be somebody else. A lot of people that have achieved extremely high success were pretty lucky when it came down to it. So really, just be yourself, or create some type of pen name or something like that, and it'll do well for you. So.
Okay, so Justin, go ahead. Let's go into, obviously not the only reason why people stuck around for this one, but go into what we're doing here.
All right, so first off, we talked about video. Make sure you're using video. It's really important. It's going to help you out. If you're watching us on YouTube right now or you're listening to the podcast, even think about doing something like audio. That can help you too. But this is your chance, and this is the big thing that we were just going to get to at the end of today's podcast. We talked about this a little bit last week. We just expressed that there was going to be something special in episode 10, because that's what this one is, and that's pretty cool, dude, that we've done 10 episodes so far.
I know, and we've done them pretty fast too.
Yeah.
It's
like a TV show.
It's rolling by.
It's like, yeah, it's neat. I've never done anything like this, so I think it's really wicked. But for everyone out there listening, to our viewers, our listeners, our readers, whatever it may be, we are giving you guys an opportunity to win a chance to become a premium member of Niche Optimizer University. And this is a $582 value, and one person, by leaving a comment in the comments below on nicheoptimizer.com/OSP10. So if you need to, just go to the podcast page. We'll talk about the resources in a second. But if you go there and you leave a comment, you'll get a chance to win 6 months inside of Niche Optimizer University. And we've received a lot of really great feedback from a lot of people, and they absolutely love it. So, Michael, do you want to go ahead and talk about what Niche Optimizer University actually offers? Yeah,
let's go into this. And one thing I will say too is we've had a lot of great comments on the premium membership itself. So yeah. It's growing. We're building the premium membership, and we're going to keep making it better too. So you get 6 months access to that. The winner will get that. And basically what Niche Optimizer is we go A to Z, how to make money with affiliate marketing. Mm-hmm. And not just affiliate marketing, but other things that we discuss in there, where we will walk you through every single step of the way. And one of the things we guarantee is that you're not going to get stuck going through this training, because we're there to help you every step of the way. So if you get stuck anywhere, you ask a question, we help you through.
And it's very easy to ask a question too.
It is. And Justin actually set it up nicely to where anytime you have a question, you can ask right there in the lesson itself, mm-hmm. or in the forum, and they interact with each other.
Yeah, so if you post inside of the lesson, people that are actually viewing the forum will also see what you posted. So it's pretty wicked.
Yeah, it is. It's really unique, and it's been really helpful to the students. Mm-hmm. All the teaching that we cover is all beginner-style teaching. So we don't assume you have any knowledge. We go through it step by step, and even if you do have knowledge, getting the teaching, I wanted to say watered down, but it's not watered down. It's simplified. Will help even people who have had some experience with this. So don't think you have to be a complete beginner with this, but that's what we do. We cover in a beginner-style teaching. We do answers live on video.
Every week.
Every week we're doing the Q&A sessions now, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're actually doing a Q&A. Since we're uploading this on the 12th, we're doing a Q&A tomorrow. So
nice.
Pretty wicked.
Nice. Yeah. So the Q&A sessions are nice because we get on video. You can ask questions. We answer them live, mm-hmm. and there's a little chat room area.
Yeah, you don't actually have to be on video or anything like that. You can ask us just in that little chat box, and we'll respond.
Yeah, you don't even have to have a mic or anything like that either. So, and everything. We also do obviously the podcast you get, and we do various webcasts too. Yeah. Just live training events that are for members only.
Yeah, we've got the biggest thing. One of the coolest things that I've seen a lot of people talk about is our local events. And with local events that I actually host in Virginia, I'll actually be recording those, and you'll get access to those recordings. So you can see what's going on with real people, and you can see real people actually learning this as well. So you won't just see text or anything like that. You'll be able to see actual faces and hear actual voices.
Yeah, and there's no sales pitch stuff going on there either, which is awesome. And eventually, we have some really big stuff planned for the future, but it's for a different subject later on. But it will involve live events, doing stuff like that. So these are just a great way to grow your training, so you can get better and better at making money online and doing this stuff with us.
Mm-hmm. So
there's a lot more to it. But I'll let Justin go ahead here.
Oh, I was just going to jump in and say, just again, so everybody knows how you can actually get it if you're listening to the podcast, make sure to go to nicheoptimizer.com/OSP10, and that's the number 10, 10. And if you go to episode 10, all you have to do to enter to win a chance to win a premium membership is just leave a comment. So try to leave a detailed comment about what we talked about in this video, or maybe why you'd want to become a premium member or something like that. And you might get a chance to actually join us inside of Niche Optimizer University for 6 months.
Yeah, and with a comment too. If you just have a question you want to ask us, there, we'll consider that a comment. You know, if you listen to the podcast and you go, hey, I've got an idea on video. I got this question I want to ask it there, and we'll just treat that like a comment, and we'll answer your question too, and you'll get entered to win. So, you can ask away. You can even just say what you learned from us, which is great too. I know last time we did this, a lot of people told us how much the podcast helped them and what they learned, and that is something that's awesome too, because it shows that we're doing these podcasts. They're not just for nothing. We do these to help you guys, to help you learn and train you.
Yeah, and that last one really, the one where we did this previously, it was really amazing, the comments that we saw too, because they were detailed. I didn't expect that. They
were detailed, and like people learned a lot of stuff from them. So we went away going, wow, these are the kind of podcasts we need to do more, and that helps us too know what you guys want to hear week to week.
Yep.
So make sure you do that. Make sure you get in with us. Go give us your comments so you can get entered to win here. And again, that's nicheoptimizer.com, OSP10, the number 10. So OSP10. And all of our other episodes for our podcast, if you want to hear more, maybe you're a first-time listener, go to www.nicheoptimizer.com/podcast. And you can see all the episodes. This is our 10th one, so you'll see all 10 we have now. And you'll be able to go through them all there.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of great information in those too, because we don't only just have the audio, we don't just have the video, we also have notes. We have detailed information inside of that, and then you can ask us questions in the comments below. So the best thing that I think you can do, as well as leaving a comment on this episode, is to share this podcast episode with someone close to you. So if there's anyone that you think that this episode or any of our episodes can help, anyone out there, go ahead and share these podcasts with them, because they're going to love you for it. There's a lot of free information in here, and it's really good.
Yeah, they'll love you guys for it, and we really do appreciate it. We appreciate everyone that shares our episodes, that shares our teaching, because it's something we take pride in. This kind of training. We take pride in being able to teach you guys new things that will help you grow your businesses, and in return, by sharing our podcast and our episodes, it helps us out too. It helps us grow, and it helps us see that you do like what we're doing. So we really do appreciate that. We appreciate each and every listener every single week.
Definitely.
So we want to go ahead and thank you guys for being here, for listening to this and sticking through with us. We also want to thank you for going into the comments and just leaving a comment on this. So even if you're a first-time listener of it, go to the comments section, again, nicheoptimizer.com/OSP10, and leave us a comment in the comments area, and you'll be entered to win a 6-month premium membership to Niche Optimizer.
Yep, and we respond to every comment as well. So that's the other big thing, is you're not just commenting to win, you're also commenting to get our feedback on what you have to say, whatever it may be. So we'll actually respond to that, and we're real people. That's one of the big things we want you to know with these podcasts, is that we're not just some random dudes on the internet trying to teach this stuff. We have experience, and we want to share that with you live, and we'll respond to those comments that you have. So.
Yeah, and guys, the biggest thing out of this, even if you don't come leave us a comment, which we hope everyone does, but if you don't, that's okay. We want you to go away with this. We want you to use video. Start using video in some way, even if it's just 1 or 2 videos right now. Get them out there. Do something. Do something. You're going to grow your traffic. You're going to help boost your income. And if you're not using video, you're missing out. You really are missing out.
I definitely agree. And I'll mention just really quick the ways you can record video one more time. You could use your webcam. So maybe if you have a computer or laptop that has a webcam on it, you could use a camcorder, a digital camera, your smartphone. So if you have an iPhone or Android or something like that, you can use those to record video and upload them. And you can also use free tools out there like Screener, Screener.com, that's SCREENR.com, or Animoto. And Animoto is ANIMOTO.com. And those are free tools that you can use to just record them right on your computer if you have to.
We'll put those in the show notes too, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'll lay out some good information on each of them and maybe give you some tips. Actually, I'll give you some tips on each one as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so make sure to leave a comment if you can, but the biggest thing is definitely record video. It's super, super good for your websites. It's great for the internet, and it's going to help you get traffic and increase your sales.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for being on another podcast with us. I'm Michael Brown, and with me as always, Justin Lewis, and we just absolutely love doing these for you guys, and we can't wait to see you in another episode.
Yep, see you in episode 11.